Well, hello. It's been a very, very, very long time, my friends. Is that weird? Is that like overdoing it? Guys, I have not seen any of you in forever. Why am I saying that? Because really I don't see you. You guys see me. But anyways, from the few, and I'm talking about very few of you that have came from my old channel, YoChris09. I'm talking about I used to have 258 subscribers on YoChris09, and now I have like 8. So the 250 of those others are somewhere. If you guys haven't seen, I brought some of my old favorite video blogs from my old channel onto my new channel here. And I have Sexy Whisper, which you guys can click right there, and you can see it, because I think that one is the best one. Me and Carlos, my cousin over in PR, we did it, and we had so much fun doing it. A lot of people like that video, so we're proud about the way that came out. So if you haven't seen it, or you just love watching it, check it out, you know? But I do have one thing I want to talk about, and that's for today's video blog. So here we go. So some of you may know, or my closer friends do, that I went to private school. Yes, private high school that is, and it was pretty serious, such as I went to public school my first year of high school, freshman year, and let's just say I hung out with the wrong crowd, so mama wasn't too happy. But then the following year came around, sophomore year, and it wasn't like that anymore. I was transferred to a private high school. It was actually a Catholic high school. So we had to pray and go to church. Man. For example, when we are in church or when we were in class, a lot of kids would end up falling asleep. You get a little drowsy and then they just like kind of knock out, right? Well, you can't just go to sleep like this in the middle of church with your eyes closed. You know, it's obvious. We would have mass reception in the basketball court. So like the court had like the priest, and then on each side of the bleachers, we had like the whole school. So the school wasn't that big. So kids would, you know, get tired. Like you would look around and you see all these kids like, just like thinking like, so those kids were like falling asleep, and I can't say I wasn't one of them, but what I could say that I wasn't part of that I thought was hilarious was when the kids would fall asleep with their heads down, but they wouldn't do it just like that and just like fall asleep, because then obviously the teacher's gonna yell at you, you're possibly gonna get detention, it's chaotic. But what the kids did do was something very smart. Take into consideration that, like, imagine hardcore praying goes something like, so these kids, they would be, you know, sitting in my class or sitting across on the bleachers, and you can't miss it when you notice the teacher's walking down with a pissed off face, and she's just like about to tear your head off because you're supposed to be praying and you're supposed to be listening to the priest and everything. And then you see this kid and he's just sleeping away like this. But it looks like he's praying, but the teacher doesn't want to believe it. So the teacher goes over, "What are you? Wake up!" Well, she wouldn't be screaming because church is kind of quiet, so she kind of like power poke the kid and like, "Wake up!" And then the kid would be down here like this, and he would just get up so gently, and first he would do the sign of the cross, look up, "Yes, Miss Adams?" Imagine that. The kid was BSing this whole thing, but he was acting it so perfectly. Well, just about every time that I've seen it happen, the teacher would kind of like, I'm sorry. So you're imagining like little Johnny here praying, and you just totally messed up his prayer. Must be having like the worst family time at home. So it's like, you just screwed it all up. And since you guys watch this, I'll show you an old picture of me. So as you guys can see, that is me. Yes, look at that haircut. Spiky hair. Well, it wasn't that spiky because I had curly hair, but I would try to Guido it up. And that was obviously before the days of Jersey Shore, so the Guido jokes weren't around. In fact, it was kind of cool. That's my old best friend, Alessandra. We're chilling. And I'm gonna ask you, do you go to a private school? And if you go to some sort of private school, military school, all boys, all girls school, even homeschooling, share that with me. How has that affected you? Do you like it? Because I know at first I hated it, but now I really appreciate it. And if you don't, how do you think you'll be different if you went to a private school compared to a public school? So you guys take care, comment, subscribe, like this, etc. You know the deal, whatever.